I'm Cal, welcome to your 4-minute lesson. Today we're going to be looking at the Cigarbox guitar toolbox, and this is a book I wrote. This is a quite recent book actually in the collection, and such a great instrument to play, the Cigarbox. A 3-string instrument, this one. This one's actually made locally in South Australia from an old Mississippi number plate, so I'm presuming someone in Mississippi is actually waking up this morning going, where's my other number plate? So it's a great sound, beautiful little box as well. So, and Cigarboxes were such great instruments because they were basically made out of anything people could find. Really, that's when back in the days when people couldn't afford guitars, so they made them out of all things like shovels and oil cans and cigar boxes and all sorts of things like that. So how you play the Cigarbox guitar essentially is it's an open tuning. So when you strum the 3 strings, this one's tuned to G, D, G. So it's kind of like an open G tuning. But what the great thing about it is if you strum it, it still makes a really nice chord, which is G. And we usually play Cigarbox with a slide, and the reason mainly you can fret Cigarbox. Sometimes Cigarboxes are the action, which means the height of the strings from the fretboard can be a little bit high to fret it, but sometimes you can get ones you can actually just fret with a finger as well. So the 3 main chords in G major are what's called the 1-4-5. What a 1-4-5 is, it's the first, 4th and 5th chords of a G major scale, meaning G, A, B, C, and then D. So that's G, C, D major are the 3 main chords of the Cigarbox guitar when you tune to G, open G. So there's G. So to play the 4th chord of the scale, which is C, you can actually either fret with your finger right across, squeeze all the fingers down like that, to create the C chord, and then 2 frets up, you create a D chord. And that means you can play all the classic 3 chord songs like Baboon Rising and Sweet Home Alabama and Knock on Heaven's Door and all sorts of songs, Wild Thing. All these songs are 3 chords, there's millions of them, and so that's why Cigarbox is very, very good for that, because you can play very, very simple songs. But you can also make it quite complex, so you can also do lead scales, and we can go into that a little bit more later on with the Cigarbox. But for now though, let's look at how to play the G, and then what we'll do is we'll actually play the C with a slide. So this thing on my finger is a slide, made of an old whiskey bottle. And what you do is slide, basically you're playing the slide over the top of these fret markers. So rather than fretting it in the middle, you're playing it right on the top of that knife edge of the fret marker. And the slide is placed right on top of that marker, like that. So you're cutting the arc of the slide with the fret marker, and you're basically playing straight over the fret marker. This is what's called intonation. If you play it slightly to the left, it's flat, slightly to the right, it's sharp. So you've got to really focus on getting that intonation right over the top of the fret marker. So that would be C. So instead of C with your finger, you're playing a C with a slide. And then instead of a D with the finger, it's D with a slide. And then you have your G, and C, G, and then D, C, G, like that. So that makes it really accessible for people to play just a basic 3-chord song. But also if you're playing 12-bar blues, 12-bar blues is basically a repeatable chord progression that people use to kind of jam with people. Just a common language for musicians to play in. So, bass players know it, harmonic players know it, banjo players know it, drummers know it. Everyone knows 12-bar. It's a classic standard progression. And you can also incorporate those 3 chords into a 12-bar blues as well if you want to as well. So that's your Cigarbox lesson, G, C, D. And that's a 4-minute lesson. Thank you.